that drama with little Norman, dropping him. No damage to anything important. All there is a little scuff to this Givy trim block on the crash bar there. Can't even see it, right under there. And on these here cheap Indian pannier racks, scratch there, touch of paint on there, sorted. Aye, what a carry on. Right, so today I'll be mostly riding for the second time. For a bit longer, a bit pushed for time last time I reviewed this bike, the Royal Enfield Bear 650. Cracking looking scrambler there. And thanks to Appleyards, thanks to Kieran, who looks after me with respect to these reviews. And if you're in this neck of the woods, or even if you're not, what a fantastic dealership Appleyards is. Let me tell you, I've been buying motorcycles one way or another for best part of 4 decades. And without a shadow of a doubt, Appleyards has been right up there as the best, I would say, in terms of the dealership experience of any of the many that I've dealt with up and down the country over the years. And all along, the best of the bunch were here on my doorstep, and I don't say that lightly, because I just make myself look a complete idiot, don't I, if I sing the praises of an establishment and people go and don't have the same positive experience. So I don't say it lightly, but I say it with absolute conviction and sincerity. Cracking dealership, no two ways about it. Royal Enfields, Vosges, Benelli's, Suzuki, Husqvarna, lots of different brands, lots of demonstrators, and well worth a visit. Get yourself up to Appleyard Motorcycles in Keighley. Right, Bear 650 time. Right, just had a brew with Andy at Howstein Cafe, Howstein Gorge Cafe. If you've never been here, it's a fantastic place. Look at that, there's the cafe. Part of that floor on that overhang is glass, so you can walk on it and look straight down at the gorge. Look at that. Don't get many cafes like that, do you? Howstein Gorge Cafe. And that's Howstein Gorge. Beautiful. Yes, sir. A worthy setting for the Interceptor Bear 650. So that is its full name, the Royal Enfield Interceptor Bear 650. So we'll just take a ride over to Massam, and I thought I'd give you my observations on this bike. And what I will say is, it's a lot more comfortable to ride than the Interceptor, and the suspension is a bit softer than the classic 650. So there, comparison between the two latest offerings from Royal Enfield, the Bear and the Classics 650, same engine. And I've ridden both bikes, and this is a bit more comfortable than the Classic. Interesting. Off we go. Right, let's just get my fat face straight on this camera here. Hello. Right, there we go. To put a bit of fuel in missing my son, I think. Hi, so house scene, gorge cafe, get yourself there, lovely staff, nice food and an absolutely unique dining experience. Hey. Now talking to Kieran back at Appleyards when I picked this bike up. My new bike, the Black and Chrome Classic 650, due to arrive at the branch today, at the dealership today. Ooh. So by the time you see this video I might have it. Can't wait. Also, Appleyards now official dealers for Moto Guzzi, which is great news for me. I don't have to take my Moto Guzzi V7 to bloody Leeds anymore to get it serviced. Appleyards can do it. So, dealership for Moto Guzzi and for Aprilia, no less. Aprilia. Aye. So there'll be some Moto Guzzis and some Aprilias to review for you on the channel. Hey! Can't wait. Something a bit different to be able to show you. How good is that, eh? Oh, look at that Feekstons. I could murder a pint of Feekstons at the moment. Of course, we're going over the tops here and down into Masson, the home of the Feekstons Brewery. If there's never tried Feekstons Ale, give it a go. And the handling on this Bear 650, absolutely sublime. I think you could jump on this bike, go for a ride and know that there'd be very little likelihood of you ever encountering any terrain that you couldn't negotiate on this bike. Okay, the broom's out, looking beautiful there, look at that. Well, buddy. Yeah, excellent handling. Helped by a good suspension set up, shower suspension. And these very sure-footed Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR tyres come as standard on this bike. And nice wide bars. And yeah, handles really, really well. See, Nadgery road surfaces here, tight bends and as sure-footed as you like. And plenty plenty of get up and go as well. I mean, it's not a light bike, but it's not a heavy bike. I think this comes in about 220 kilos. But yeah, plenty of real world power in the engine, no mistake. Might only be 47 brake horsepower, but mapped for the mid-range, lots of torque, lovely sound from this air and oil cooled parallel twin, 270 degree firing order. All adds to the vibe. And of course now I have sort of commented previously, erroneously as I now believe, that Royal Enfield was starting to flog a bit of a dead horse with this here 650 parallel twin, because there are now 6 bikes that sport this engine. You know, the Interceptor, the Continental GT, the Super Meteor 650, the Shotgun 650, the Classic 650, and this the Bear 650. So now 6 bikes from the Royal Enfield stable that utilise the same platform, the same engine. But no, I don't think they are flogging a dead horse. I think they are indeed employing the services of a willing one. Because tried and trusted bomb-proof engine, stood the test of time now, been around for what, 7 or 8 years. Hugely over-engineered, and so should easily give you a lifetime of trouble-free riding, peace of mind and all that. Look at that. Ooh, look at that baby. Another thing about Royal Enfields that I have noticed is they are very, very keen, very capable rear brake. Front brakes are never anything to write home about. They are, you know, adequate to the task. But any minor shortcomings in the bite of the front brake is more than made up for by a very keen rear brake. So if you do what you should do and use both brakes together in proportion, no worries whatsoever, even on very, very steep gradients like this that the GoPro I'm sure isn't showing properly, where it's extremely steep. And absolutely no concerns whatsoever from the braking system. Yeah, I think this will be another good seller for Royal Enfield. I think this variant of the Interceptor is going to tick a lot of boxes for a lot of people who will have passed the Interceptor by for a lot of reasons. Of course, I had the Interceptor for long enough. Really enjoyed it, but now if I were making a choice between an Interceptor and the Interceptor Bear, it would be this bike, because for me it's a lot more comfortable. There's slightly more upright riding position, neutral leg position, wide bars, right up my Strasse, and it was a close call between one of these and the Classic 650, and if it hadn't have been for looks, if it hadn't have been for the aesthetic, the visual aesthetic, I'd have been getting one of these, not the classic 650, because this is a more engaging ride to my mind. But it was just the looks of the classic 650, the way it presents, sort of stole my heart. But yeah, a close run thing. If I was getting one of these, I wouldn't get this colour. It's a bit too vanilla for me, this colour. I will go for either the turquoise and white one, or the one that's still waiting to become available. This sort of looks like a sort of blue and yellow colour scheme. So it'd be one of those two. I like colours that stand out, particularly on bikes like this. I think the scrambler type bikes lend themselves to a bit of a punchy colour scheme. So what's the engine braking like on this bike? Tell you now. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not on the same level as the classic 350. Of course, that's a signal, so a single. You can get a classic 350 signals. That's the military colour scheme. But of course, no, being a single, the engine braking effect is that much more pronounced, but it's pretty good on this. Yeah, much as I absolutely love the classic 650 and I'm getting one, I have to concede that the riding position for me is more comfortable on this bike. But as I said, I couldn't not have that black and chrome classic 650 in my garage. It just had to be. But this bike will make an awful lot of sense. I mean, all these, but I put them in one category, which is a 7 grand bike. So if you think of all the Royal Enfield parallel twin 650, all 6 of them, they're all basically what I call a 7 grand bike. There's slight variations, usually as defined by colour schemes. So you'll find certain colourways represent the upper price band, but they're all basically 7 grand or less. So it's the 7 grand bike category, and Royal Enfield got 6 bikes in there. And that, in no small part, I think is at the root of their success, both here in the UK and globally. Because for a 7 grand bike to be handling like this bike is, and to be absorbing these Humpty Dumpty bumpy roads with the quality suspension, it's really quite something at the price point. What a joy. And yeah, I still think that they can sport the badge Modern Classic. I think they haven't yet parted company with that description. I mean, okay, we've got a TFT here, but I don't have a problem of mixing the old with the new. I mean, you can get navigation up on this, you know, it will speak to your smartphone. So that's fine by me. I mean, sure, yeah, if it had two big analog clocks, probably stylistically it'd look more the part, but it's not a showstopper by any means. And when you think that Triumph's closest offering, which is probably the Scrambler 900 rather than the Scrambler 400, Scrambler 900 coming in at significantly more. Than this bike. A couple of thousand at least more. Just like to take a quick minute to talk about today's sponsor of this video, Ayuchi TFTs. If you want one of Ayuchi's range of TFTs which give you constant high definition video recording front and rear, tyre pressure monitoring, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, GPS, telephony, texting, whatever app you've got on your phone basically. If it's compatible, you'll get it on the Ayuchi TFT systems. And not that expensive, and definitely not that expensive if you want to buy them through the link in the description below using code TBW22. Code TBW22. I don't recommend things to people that I don't think are relevant and of use. I have the Ayuchi TFTs on 3 out of my 4 bikes, and over the period of almost a year I found them extremely beneficial. Well worth having. So grab yourself a bargain, code TBW22, follow the link in the description below or in the pinned comments, and get yourself one if there wants one. Right, plug over. Yeah, super comfortable. And of course all the fit and finish now, as we've come to expect from the later iterations of Royal Enfield's offerings, just get better and better, and there's nothing sub-premium about any of the fit and finish here. The layout on the handlebars, we've got adjustable levers, we've got metal switchgear housings, nice quality feel to the fuel filler cap and the badging of the bike, all premium. So don't be thinking that you're going to jump on one of the newer Royal Enfields and feel like you're buying something that's built down to a price. Absolutely not at all. And this is the demonstrator for the Bear 650 from Appleyards. Get yourselves to Appleyards, speak to the wonderful people there, and get yourself a ride out on this bike. Yeah, so if there is a question of how this bike compares to its classic 650 sibling, apart from the fact that they share the same engine, they are completely different bikes. They're aimed at a different audience, and if you're wanting a sort of mid-range scrambler type bike, and a lot of people do like a scrambler even if they never scramble anything other than a couple of eggs. Hey, if you are amongst that group of people, then this bike at under 7 grand, bit of a no-brainer if you ask me. There will be an offering coming from BSA in the form of the B6 variant of the Goldstar, but it's going to have to do well to compete with this. Of course, if you're into your singles rather than your twins, then that might be what cinches it for you with the BSA. But this is for sure, this engine is a lot more refined than the single cylinder Rotax engine in the BSAs. Of course, I have the BSA Goldstar 650, so I feel that I can draw that comparison, but it depends what you're after. Some people are single cylinder purists. Then, so how should we sum up the Royal Enfield Interceptor Bear 650? Well, the perfect bike for up here. And people keep saying to me, "Will you please tell us what road you're on, because we'd love to ride it." So this is the road between Middleham and Kettlewell, and the better part of it's called Camgill Road. And you'll pass through 3 little hamlets. You'll pass through Carlton, which has got its own little pub called the Foresters, and then you'll pass through, I think it's called Horsehouse, and yeah, that's got its own little pub, the Thwaites Arms. Nice little place, nice little hamlet. And then Braidley, and after Braidley it's all like this. It's fantastic. So yeah, we're on Camgill Road, and it's a stunning ride, this, and this bike's perfect for it. They're a bit nadgery, these roads, twists and turns and farm detritus, as you can imagine. So I think at any time of year you'd be absolutely fine on a bike like this. So, what boxes does this bike need to tick? Well, first and foremost, affordability. 10 out of 10 for affordability. This bike, under £7,000. Can't go wrong really with that. You're getting Pirelli tyres, you're getting Showa suspension, you're getting a great fit and finish, you're getting a bomb-proof, tried and tested 650 parallel twin. Flat out, it will do 100 mile an hour should you wish to do that. Should you be able to find anywhere where you can legally do that. It's got more than enough mid-range tractability to execute 99.9% of overtakes with confidence. So what you get for the price, fantastic. What else is important? Well, for me, rider comfort. You get to a certain time of life, you appreciate comfort rather than speed, and this is a supremely comfortable bike. Knocks the basic Interceptor into a cocked hat in terms of comfort, although I have to say that if you get the touring seat for the Interceptor, it does become a lot more manageable. The stock seat on the Interceptor is a proper arse killer, as I know to my cost. So yeah, comfort, the suspension, the tyres, the handling, the fairly modest weight of the bike, 220 kilos, nice wide bars. Absolutely, comfort's right up there. And with comfort, of course, comes the option to tow over long distances. Get your a set of panniers and a top box for this bike and you're off, go anywhere. I mean, just look at these hills, are supremely steep and windy, and this bike's just gobbling them up. Absolutely in its element, this bike out here. The other thing that you want from a bike, got to be right up there, reliability. Well, this bike's relatively new to market, but the engine's been around since what, 2017, 2018? So the engine's been around 7 or 8 years and has proven itself to be a reliable, robust unit. No issues. In fact, the Royal Enfield bikes generally have got a really good reputation for reliability. So no concerns there. Availability of parts and accessories for maintenance and what have you, again, not a problem. You only need to go look at places like Hitchcock's Motorcycles and you'll see a whole host of good quality accessories for the Royal Enfield range. What about looks? Hey, looks always wins the day for me, and that's why I'm getting the classic 650 rather than this the Bear 650. But it looks a cracking bike if you're after a scrambler styled motorcycle. Then this is a cracking, good looking bike. Lovely bit of design by the British design team. Every bit of scrambler, dare I suggest, a better looking bike than the offerings from Triumph. Oh, controversial, just a matter of opinion. But yeah, really does look the part. Yeah, if you want to know the facts and figures, you know, weights, sizes, fuel capacity, all of that, if you look at my original review of this bike a few videos back, that's all there. That's not the point of this video. This video is about what this bike's what this bike is like to ride out here in this incredible landscape. Is it a realistic proposition for doing mile after mile after mile on tour in landscapes like this? Absolutely it is. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Made for the job. And in all other respects, the running costs of this bike, very modest. Good fuel economy, should be able to get high 60s, early 70s to the gallon. Very reasonable to insure, and parts and maintenance not going to be overly expensive with a bike like this. So it's certainly not going to break the bank. Aye, so in summary, if you're a scrambler type person, what a perfect bike for you. Very competitive price point and a quality bit of kit to boot. What more could you possibly want? It's a cracker. So, if you're interested, get yourself to Appleyards in Keighley. Fantastic dealership. Speak to them there and get a ride out on this here demonstrator of the Royal Enfield Interceptor Bear 650. And I'm sure you'll love the bike as much as I do. Sometimes I have to pinch myself that I've actually reached the stage in life where I can come out to places like this on a borrowed motorcycle, come out for a full day of riding and make content for you good people out there. Living the dream, folks, living the dream. Even though I did drop Norman this morning. Hey, oh, I'm sorry, Norman. Let's stop here and just have a bit of a rest, eh? Aye, so have a bit of a break here and then I will wrap up. Hey, speak to you soon. Right, just look at that there view, fantastic. So it's been a great ride out today on the Royal Enfield Interceptor Bear 650. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please could you click a like, and please, most importantly, if you would subscribe to the channel, that would help me enormously. Don't cost a penny, not now, not ever. Click subscribe and you're done. Aye. So, once again from the heart of the Yorkshire Dales, it only remains for me to thank Appleyards for the loan of this bike for the day. Thank you to Kieran, thank you to Jason, the service manager, Mikey the sales manager, and Kevin the general manager for their continued support. Much appreciated, guys. Get yourselves to Appleyards in Keighley. Brilliant dealership. You will be well looked after there if you buy a bike from them. I guarantee it. Hey. Aye, so until the next time, and in the meantime, ride safe, be kind. I'll let this beautiful scenery now play out for your general edification, and I'll see thee.